Hi everybody, it's Tim. I am constructing a new palm tree structure to get my Chilean wine palm through the winter because it outgrew its structure from the past 2 years. So, I've done a lot of structures. I keep trying to make improvements. I am not a construction person. I just keep trying to figure this out all on my own. So if you're watching this and you're going, what is he doing? I could do that so much better. I would love to hear from you. But anyway, this is what I do. It works. And hopefully if you're trying to do the same thing, you will enjoy this. So a little background on the Chilean wine palm. I got it 2 years ago. It's a hybrid from Gary Gregg in California. It came in the mail in October. It was so big that I was going to just keep it in the house over winter. It was too big. So I put it in the ground, and I was so nervous about the Chilean wine palm that I decided to put some greenhouse panels on the outside of the structure and let it have light during the winter. So that has happened for 2 years. Now it's outgrown it. Would I like to do what I do with my other palms and just put it in complete dormancy and have it dark all winter? Yes. Do I want to mess with success? No, I am unwilling to try that with this palm. So I'm going to proceed and try to do this again. And many of you, like Jose in New Jersey, they let light into their structures. So I don't do it with most of my palms, but I'm definitely going to do it with this one. So you can buy all kinds of things on the internet, but the cheapest I found, and it's a little flimsy, was on Walmart.com. They sell these polycarbonate panels on there. And so, yes, I have gotten a little bit more sturdy ones than this. This is probably not the best thickness, but it's gonna work. It's gonna be fine. And what I find is it heats up a lot during the day in these boxes, and you have to ventilate them anyway, and then you have your Christmas lights on at night, and it does just fine. So I'm putting together these, and I wanna show you what I'm doing, and I wanna show you some mistakes I've already made because this is kind of a prototype. And I may do another one for one of my date palms as well, because I've got a lot of new structures to build this season. So I just want to take you through that. So the basic premise of what I'm trying to do different from what I've done in the past is I would build a frame, and if you look in my old videos, they would have 4 sides that I would put together on the spot. They were really, really heavy with 2x4s, and then put the insulation boards on the outside. And the problem with that is you had to really mount them some way so the wind did not blow them over, because I had a couple instances in windstorms where they did blow over, even though they were tied to the ground, even though there were stakes in the side. And then finally I decided, well, why don't I just do what I do with my Trachycarpus, which is the PVC is anchored around the actual palm tree. So if I did that, I thought, oh, I could actually save on wood, make the structures far less heavy, and have 2 sides instead of 4 sides. So what I have here are my 2 sides I put together. This has my polycarbonate on it. I'm gonna have another side with polycarbonate. That's a different story there. And then the basis is, if you see these 2 boards here, this is the inside. I'm gonna have the palm in here. I'm gonna have a board and a board braced around the palm tree. And this one is not a super tall. If it was a super tall palm tree, I would have it up here as well. And that would hold the structure in place. And then I don't need 4 sides. I can have my 2 sides with wood, my insulation board going on this side, and just screw it in, put a top on, call it a day. So that's the premise of all my new structures, even if they have no polycarbonate on them. Now, what's interesting here is, this is my Chilean wine palm. This is my big baby that I want to keep. I've had 2 sides of light coming in so far, so now I want 2 sides of light coming in again. That is the dilemma here. That is the problem here. So what I have to do here is, because I have this brace board down here, and then I have this board on holding the polycarbonate in place, I'm gonna have to build a lighter little side just on this side here that has polycarbonates on it that I can just place in without messing up the structure and without having it permanently attached, which is the dilemma. So I screwed up a little bit, I think, by not plotting that out too well, because I just did the one side and thought, oh no, I still have to do the other. So I want to just leave you with that. So based on the complexity of this, I didn't want to throw that recording away, but I think I'm going to delay showing you the end of the Chilean wine palm structure, which I'm working on right here, when I'm ready to put it up. And I'm not ready to put it up yet because it can handle the cold pretty well. So this is just that second polycarbonate panel here. But let's transition to the rest of the garage. So I'm slowly getting all the tropicals in. It is a daunting process. They've been sitting in the driveway waiting to come in, but with the possibility of some cold weather coming up, I'm trying to get in as much as possible. And it's all out here, and you know, you have to carry them one by one and I try to group them together in the same species, but even with that, it gets a little difficult just because of space. And I still have some of my palm structures in the garage. So as you can see, I'm manually grabbing everything, pulling it in. Some things are too large to go in the garage, then they have to go upstairs. But this Brugmansia, and this is probably one of the ones I've had for like 15, 20 years. I usually put them over here on the left. But yeah, a lot of work bringing these in. And I need to get rid of some of my tropicals. It is rainy and wet and cold today, and there's actually a chance for frost. So I had some time today, and even though it really is probably not necessary right now to cover this beautiful Robolini behind me, I'm going to do it just because I have friends telling me, oh, it doesn't handle cold very well. I've had it for 5 years now. And I've never panicked too much, but then, you know, there's always that chance of something going awry. And I do love this palm. So today I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it with my new method. I've got the boards over there. You can see them. It's still 2x4s, which is not my favorite thing because I had the old structure in place, but now I'm doing the thing where I only have 2 wood sides. I use the plant as an anchor with boards, and then the insulation boards go around it. So I thought I would start the process and kind of show you what I'm doing here. So I hope that helps any of you who are trying to do this. I used to do 4 wood sides if you watch some of my old videos, and if you watched last year, they're just heavy and cumbersome, and I'm really trying to make my method easier and better because I have too many palms. So watch and see what I'm doing. So first thing I'm going to do is take these zip ties. I used to use bungee cords, but the zip ties actually work a little bit better. I get them on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. If I remember, I'll put the link underneath. But I put around these, and that will make the plant much skinnier. You just have to really watch on the date palms. These thorns are gigantic, and they will get you. So here you can see the zip tie is around the pygmy palm or the Robolini, and here are the sharp, sharp needles. They're so sharp, so just try to stay away from those. But you can see here I've got duct tape around the extra boards. That way you keep everything together so you don't go searching for the right sizes and the right boards in the fall when you're doing this, because I've obviously got enough problems going on. That's the board for the moisture barrier at the very top, and you'll see that in play in just a second. So then I just kind of prop these boards up, ready to put the inner boards in that are anchored around the tree. Here are the first 2 anchored around, so now it's starting to come into shape here. And here you'll see I added the other 2, so now I've got 4 boards anchoring the Robolini in place with the C9 Christmas lights, which will keep it nice and warm. And here is the insulation board around it. And it's a really nice day, so you can keep at least one side open And you'll see I actually have some extra Christmas lights strung in here that I can turn on if it's going to get really, really cold and I just don't want to depend on just the thermostat in there. I can turn those on as well, just because I always get a little paranoid if it's going way down, like close to 0 Fahrenheit, which it hasn't done in a couple of years now. And over here you can see one of my non-hardy tropical pomegranates that I thought died came back. So now I've got to figure out how to cover that too. And then down below, this is my mule palm. And it's not very big, so I'm using one of my old 4-sided wood structures. It's the old school way, but it's ready to go. There's the moisture barrier right there. You can see that, how it fits in there. That keeps any moisture from dripping on the palm. These are the insulation boards put on. And this one's pretty easy. I can just lift it up and put it right on top of the palm. And here it is in with the Christmas lights on. It just needs the front side put on when it finally gets cold enough. We had a couple nights that we were supposed to get frost and we got nothing here. So I survived and the bananas survived, but the mule palm and the Robolini were ready to go. And here you can see now most of my tropicals are now inside. There's a few still left, but I try to utilize every bit of room I possibly can. I try to just make sure that I can water everything. That's important. I have too many gingers. Back here, I'm utilizing this space as well to put everything. And I still need to move a few things around because, believe it or not, I do like the ability to have one car in the garage, which I put over here once I get the structures out. And in here, I've got the koi pond going already. I've got 4 koi in. I'm slowly catching them all. But that's what's happening here in October in my New York tropical garden. So hopefully part 3, I'm going to show you a little bit more on the palm tree structures. Here's one of my tree ferns, but thanks for watching, and I hope this was interesting for some of you, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.